In today's video, we're going to cut some tulips that I can hopefully put an arrangement together for Barb at the garden market. And I think I might try to plant those 2 perennials that I picked up at Hornbaker Gardens over the weekend. So thanks for being here today, and I hope you enjoy it. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Ann at Martin House Flowers. The wonderful thing about owning a dog is that on a daily basis, twice daily at least, I get to check on my garden. And we've had a lot of rain again overnight, and I'm just trying to decide whether or not I will tackle this side of my garden. It's time to fertilize these hydrangeas. Over the weekend, I did get to finish more than half of them on the east side, so this is my west side. And of course, I couldn't help but stop and notice my tulips. I have to check on them every single day because I do plan to cut a few bunches and sell them at my local garden market in Sycamore. And I am leaving in a few days for Toronto, so the timing is just so crucial. And I think with this warm weather, and it's pretty humid today, I'll just be cutting some tulips and then refrigerating them. I might actually put together a mason jar full and bring them to Barb at the garden market. And then that way I can kind of pre-sell them and take orders. I know I was just here in the garden showing you around over the weekend, but gosh, overnight the daffodils are just opening up and blooming. Now, the perfect time to cut these tulips is when you see just almost a stripe of color, but of course some of them have opened up fully, and with this heat they will definitely open up. These are in my side garden. These are so reliable. My goodness, they have multiplied. These are the Darwin tulips that I got from, I think I got them from Longfield Gardens. I've always had great luck with tulips from Longfield Gardens. And Darwins are the way to go if you want them to keep coming back year after year. I know I hear a lot about how tulips are not perennial, how they're annual in many of your gardens, but Darwin tulips for me have been so reliable. Those are what are planted in my front walkway. I think I mentioned before that those are 4-year-old tulips that I just got from Costco. And I'm just going to continue looking out for those deals at Costco as long as they are a Darwin tulip. I think they are pink impression. I know they're very popular, but you know what? They're so reliable. We've had so much wind and rain. Look at those blue scillas. Honestly, I don't remember planting them by my mailbox. And here are my cat's pajamas that I did manage to clean up the other day. I do have alliums coming up soon. Those are those tall. And we'll need to mow the lawn when Greg gets back this evening. He won't be doing it this evening, but definitely this week it'll be time for a mow. It's that time of year. Everything's just sprouting. The grass is growing. Gosh. So in my containers, I have been only brave enough to plant violas and pansies because we still could have a last frost before the end of April. So here is that iron trellis I bought from my day trip yesterday to Hornbaker Gardens. Unfortunately, it's a little bit shorter than my existing white wooden trellis, so I'm not quite sure. It's definitely not going to sit side by side there, but that was the initial area that I was planning to put it in. So now I'm looking around the garden to see where I can put it. Let me know if you have any ideas. My house is siding along the side, and I pretty much have a lot of windows, and I don't know if there's a spot here. Maybe where the hose link is. I don't think so because it swings around. Then I have 2 windows down this side, and along the back I have windows. Earlier, I noticed that there were probably enough tulips to pick to fill a couple buckets. So prior to getting to this point, I had to clean the refrigerator that we had bought from Facebook Marketplace back during the winter. Unfortunately, a can of soda exploded in there, and Greg had already cleaned the refrigerator when we first bought it. So it was my turn this time since he's out of town, and all of a sudden I need to put some buckets of tulips in the refrigerator. So I sanitized my buckets. I prepared them with some Floral Life. I don't normally do that, but I want to give these tulips the best chance and hold them in the refrigerator as long as possible. So for now, as you can see, I just cut them as deep as I could. Something to note, tulips do continue to grow while in a vase, and although a couple of these are shorter, I think those will work out for the mason jars. And I did attempt to pull a shorter one by taking the entire bulb out, but I planted all of my tulip bulbs so closely together that by pulling the whole bulb out, I was really afraid of disrupting the next tulip bulb beside it. So for now, I just cut them deep, and I'm going to use the shorter tulips for my mason jars. So hope you enjoy this first harvesting of tulips. It was actually very exciting, even though I was fighting the pending storm that was looming overhead, and the construction workers were just banging away, and I made it just in the nick of time, because when I brought these tulips in and into the refrigerator, all of a sudden the dark clouds came over and the thunderstorms started. So there it is, my first harvest. It's so exciting. As I mentioned, some of them are a little short, but they do continue to grow in the vase. So hopefully customers understand that, and I will explain it. So there's many more tulips that are going to be ready in the next day or so. So I will just continue to harvest. And there they are in my newly cleaned refrigerator. So over the weekend when I was at Hornbaker Gardens, I found a couple perennials. This one was on special. This was a sedum, a low-growing or low-mounding sedum, and this beautiful Father of the Bride wedding series, Hellebore or Lenten Rose. I've had a couple before. I think they were called Miss Molly, and sadly they didn't come back for me, and I think it might be due to the bunnies. So I had a plan. So I'm trying to figure out where to plant it. I don't have very much shade in my garden, so I was thinking of this area right behind the garage, underneath my dappled willow tree. Of course, it's spring, and this is a spring bloomer, so for now, there is a little shade here in the afternoon right in front of the greenhouse. last summer I did have my dahlias over here because it gets, summer sunlight. But since it's a shade-loving perennial, I think I'm going to give this a try. I really wanted some advice from someone else, but I just couldn't wait any longer. And if you know me, I don't let plants sit around too long. I do hang on to things like seeds probably too long. But because I only picked up a couple, I decided I would just go ahead and plant it. And maybe Greg wouldn't notice. But seriously, oh, there was a dahlia tuber. I think that was Joey Winnie. And by the time summer comes, I think this one will have, broken down because it is a spring flower. But as you can see there, I have a cloche or a cage that I took from one of my roses because I just wasn't going to take a chance. I've got my little shovel, and it was only going to take a few minutes. I really did lose track of time today. I was only going to harvest some tulips, and then the storm came in. But, it cleared up. So instead of going inside or going grocery shopping, I planted these last two perennials. So I've got my biotone, and I'm just going to put some in there and then drop this in and see if anyone notices it. But I'm just so in love with this hellebore. I know that I've got another one potentially coming from Heirloom Roses, and that one may not come till, gosh, maybe May when they ship my rose. But anyway, at least I can enjoy this, and I'll have to figure something out in terms of making sure that the bunnies don't get it. Hopefully it doesn't have to live under a cloche forever, but the leaves are so fine. And I did ask at the garden center, and they said that yes, bunnies will feed on these because of the fine leaves and stems. Onto the Stonecrop Sedum. I decided, because it needs full sun, to put it in my south-facing garden right next to my cat's meow nepeta, and between my rose, that's another earth angel rose to the left. And I did have a dahlia here last summer, and it didn't perform that well, so I thought I'm going to put in this Stonecrop sedum. It should do well here since it likes full sun. Since I was here, I couldn't put it off any longer. It was time to cut back these cat's meow nepeta. And initially I thought I could just break them off with my hands, but I really should have used some snips. That first one was looking not as ready as some of the others. It was probably a little eroded, so I need to come back and add some compost to it. So I got this quick little job done before the end of the day. Well, I had to have another shower. It was quite the day. It was humid, but beautiful. I feel really good about what I accomplished. I got my tulips over there. I got a couple buckets cut and harvested. I'm sure I'll have more to cut tomorrow with this weather. And I got those 2 perennials in. So thank you so much for being with me today, hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now. And here's a beautiful pear tree down the street. When I was walking Eddie this morning, I just wanted to share. I don't know if this is an invasive pear tree, but it is beautiful nevertheless. I hope you're enjoying your spring weather, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye now.